Right, and continuing with our theory of equations and the worked examples, and this is the fifth that we have, and it goes like this. If alpha, beta, gamma are the roots of x cubed plus qx plus r equals 0, form the equation whose roots are beta gamma over alpha, gamma alpha over beta, and alpha beta over gamma. Now, from the original equation, we have the following facts. Alpha plus beta plus gamma is 0, because that's the coefficient of the x squared term, or rather it's negative. Alpha beta gamma is minus r, and alpha beta plus beta gamma plus gamma alpha is q. Now, for the new equation, the sum of the roots will be beta gamma over alpha plus alpha beta plus gamma alpha over beta plus alpha beta over gamma, which when you add them together as normal fractions will become beta squared gamma squared plus gamma squared alpha squared beta squared all over alpha beta gamma. And that the bottom part of that we know is equal to minus r. So we need to find out the top part, okay, which are called the numerator. Okay, now to do that, we've got alpha beta plus beta gamma plus gamma alpha all squared, and that's squaring that out. We get alpha squared gamma squared, so gamma squared alpha squared plus twice bracket alpha beta squared gamma plus beta gamma squared alpha plus gamma alpha squared beta. Now the left hand side is q squared from the original equation, and then we have q squared equals alpha squared beta squared plus beta squared gamma squared plus gamma squared alpha squared plus twice, and then I factorize that term as alpha beta gamma and in brackets alpha plus beta plus gamma. And so next line, q squared equals the numerator that we want, alpha squared beta squared gamma squared plus gamma squared alpha squared plus 2 times minus r times 0, because alpha plus beta plus gamma was 0. And so the numerator of the starred equation will be, starred expression will be simply q squared. And so the sum of the roots is q squared over minus r. That takes us this far. So we next find the product of the roots, which is rather simpler, and that will be the expression I've written down here, alpha squared beta squared gamma squared over alpha beta gamma, which cancels down nicely to alpha beta gamma, which from the original equation we know is minus r. And then we want the coefficient of the x term will be the roots multiplied together in pairs and then added. And so that will be beta gamma over alpha times gamma alpha over beta plus gamma alpha over beta times alpha beta over gamma plus alpha beta over gamma times beta gamma over alpha. And that reduces very easily and nicely to alpha squared plus, well, to gamma squared plus alpha squared plus beta squared. And to work that out, that is equal to alpha plus beta plus gamma all squared minus twice alpha beta plus beta gamma plus gamma alpha. The first of those terms is 0, and the second is minus 2 times q. Okay, and the q we get from the original equation. So that comes to minus 2q. And so our final equation is therefore x cubed plus q squared over r, because that's got to be the negative of the sum of the roots, then minus 2qx and plus r, because that's got to be the negative of the product of the roots. And so killing off the fractions, multiplying up by r, we end up with rx cubed plus q squared x squared minus 2qrx plus r squared equals 0. That brings us nicely to the end. Thank you for listening.